All right. Hey, team. Welcome to our weekly Monday Night Huddle. So excited to see some awesome, lovely faces on here tonight. I don't even know where time is going. It is July 10th. Do you guys understand this? Like, what is happening? I feel like summer just kind of got started and now I can like start planning things, and now I really can't, like it's over. I mentioned to Obi the other day, side note, taking the kids to Galveston for one day, like not spending the night, anything, because we have 2 toddlers. And he's all like, hey, let's just take them to Destin for a week. I'm like, that doesn't sound like fun. I'm sorry, we'll just go to Galveston for like 8 hours. Okay, I thought you guys would appreciate that because he thinks going to Destin with 4 kids sounds like fun. I don't think it is. Okay. I knew you guys would back me up on that. Okay, a couple of quick announcements, y'all. Amazing Race, we are in our last week. You guys have been rocking it. I know several of you guys are in it. And Lynette just won $400 tonight, you guys. She won $400. And our team is representing. We are like winning all the stuff. It's super fun because there's 4 teams total. And then next week is the big cash pot. So this is our last week to finish strong. So good luck on that this week, y'all. Our health and happy hour, we are having another health and happy hour this Thursday night. So make sure you guys are using that as a resource. So many great testimonies in there that if you guys have not gone and watched all of them, like take a box of Kleenexes, take about 2 hours and just go through and watch all the different testimonies. And it's incredible what all has happened just from our own team members. So that's a great resource to be using for your friends. And then Leaders Retreat, you guys, Leaders Retreat contest is in full swing. We still have the rest of July and the month of August to earn Leaders Retreat. You do have to earn it to go, and it's 775 credits to earn Leaders Retreat. You guys, you want to be at Leaders Retreat. It's a lot of fun, first and foremost, but there's a ton of downtime because they want you to actually like have free time to enjoy it. But then there's some really great training, and it's just a great time. It's not huge like convention. You know how convention, it's just one thing after another. There's no downtime. There's people everywhere. Leaders Retreat is like a true vacation. So if you need a vacation in your life, get to Leaders Retreat on Plexus's dime, and you will not be disappointed. Okay, let me read out our team affirmations real quick. We are a Sapphire team by September. We add hundreds of hope dealers every month. We are bold in sharing Plexus. People are drawn to us in our hope, and we change lives every day. So you guys know I'm trying to be mindful about sharing those every week with our team. Oh, I hear footsteps, so Eli's coming too. This is gonna be a whole family event. You guys get to see the whole fam tonight, which is actually right in line with our topic tonight. I had this whole thing planned earlier. I kind of wrote my notes earlier, and then I just changed it last minute and was just like feverishly writing, hoping.
Can I have one more gummy bear?
In a little bit. Let me finish, okay?
Okay, let me finish Chipper, and then I'll have another.
Okay. Okay. Say hi, and then go back up and finish your stuff. Okay.
Wait, who's that guy?
Those are all okay. Those are all the Plexus people. Okay.
Okay, what? Who?
Oh, that's Griffin when he was little. Okay, hang on, guys. Okay.
Wait, that when he was 4?
Yes.
4?
Oh my gosh. Okay, Eli, go finish. Hurry, honey. Remember. Thank you. Okay, so this is actually perfect timing because I was feverishly writing this because you guys know how I love analogies, right? My brain works in analogies. And sometimes, so basically tonight it's called Mastering the Mundane. Mastering the Mundane and Trusting the Process. And it just hit me today how Plexus is a lot like motherhood. And maybe you just need to hear me out for a second. Plexus is a lot like motherhood. My Plexus journey feels a lot like motherhood at times. And some of you guys I know have already raised your children, and so maybe tonight's going to be a walk down memory lane for you. And then for some of you, I know you're in the thick of motherhood and have little kids like I do. And for some of you, you might not have kids yet, but you know, tonight might be a good, I mean, hopefully won't scare you away from having kids. But Mastering the Mundane, Plexus is a lot like motherhood. So the things that truly matter can seem monotonous at times, right? anyone remember motherhood being monotonous at times? Like Groundhog's Day. Like you're like, I literally think I just did the same exact thing yesterday, and I just did it today, and I'm gonna do it again tomorrow. And you can kind of start feeling claustrophobic. You're like, wait a second, like this is my whole week. So but those are the things that truly matter can seem monotonous at times. Hopefully you guys can hear me. He's kind of vocal. Sorry about that. He's kind of loud. Okay. We feel like we are doing the same things day in and day out as moms, right? We just feel like going through the motions every single day, doing the same thing. And we start to wonder at times if it's even worth it, right? I'm going to be honest tonight. Like this is me raw, like how I feel about motherhood at times, okay? And just, for some of you who don't know, I think you all know, but I have 4 kids, ages 5 and under. So you just start to wonder, is it even worth it? Like, what in the world am I doing with my life? Like, what is going on? There are days you feel like and then similar with your business, there are days you feel like you're rocking your business, and then there are going to be days that you feel like a failure. Can anyone, like, do you ever feel that way with your Plexus business? Like some days you're like, I am rocking it today, just sent 20 messages, booyah, gonna be diamond tomorrow. And then the next day you're like, I don't even know what to post on Facebook. I have nothing, like there's nothing coming out. Same with motherhood, you guys. One day all goes great and you are like, I am a rock star mom. Like we just did craft time. I got the glitter out, we got glue out. Like I just made cookies. And then the next day, you don't even brush your teeth because there's just not 1 second of non-interrupted time. It's just pure chaos all day, every day. So you guys, that is just how Plexus is. That's how motherhood is. And it's just life in general, right? I know for me, I'm all about personal growth and getting better and better. But I think sometimes I sometimes think like, okay, I haven't arrived yet, like there's still so much to learn, still so much to grow, but that's how life is going to be until we aren't here anymore. We will never arrive in our Plexus businesses. We will never arrive in motherhood. We will never arrive in our relationships. Like this is a journey in every single thing we do. And at times it's going to feel monotonous. At times it's going to feel mundane. At times it's going to feel like you are doing the same thing over and over and over again. But that is life. That's business. That's family. That's motherhood. So motherhood is a journey, and so is your Plexus business. It will never be rainbows and butterflies. There will be times you see the rainbows and you see the butterflies, but it won't be like that for every single day. There are great days, but there are also challenging days in motherhood and in your business. And we must master the mundane of our businesses in order to keep moving forward. So I was just having some fun with this earlier and thinking about what's motherhood IPA look like? Like the bare bones of motherhood, like at least for my stage of motherhood. Feeding my kids, like it has to happen. They're not going to feed themselves, or at least they're not going to like find nutritious stuff. Clothing them, which a lot of you know I choose to not do that, and we still have laundry. That's what I'm confused about. You guys see my kids in their diapers all the time, and I still have laundry, so I'm confused about that. But clothing your kids, that's part of your IPA, your motherhood IPA. Bathing your children, some people think that you don't have to do that in the summer. I beg to differ. Motherhood IPA is bathing your children and loving them, right? You have to love them, you have to be there, you have to be present for them. And sure, we can take shortcuts here and there in those motherhood IPAs, like getting fast food a couple times a week, or skipping bath time every once in a while because they went swimming. Like you can skip those IPAs from time to time, but as a whole, those things need to get done pretty regularly. And they're things that you just wake up and have to get done. You don't know how you're going to find time to do it, but they have to get done, right? So the same with your business, your Plexus IPA. What do we know is Plexus IPA? Reaching out to people, following up, growing your network, and growing yourself, that personal growth and development component. Those are the things that need to get done on the regular, the bread and butter of your business. And just like with Motherhood IPA, there are days where you're like, I have no idea how I'm going to get any of that done, but you just have to get it done somehow. And similar, you know, some days with motherhood, you're going to be like, feeling like you just rocked your IPA. Like the kids' clothes, everyone's coordinating, and it's not even like Easter. You know, you just fed them a gourmet meal. You know, they smell so good because you bathed them. You are like reading them books. You're being super hands-on as a mom. And then there's other days that you just barely get out the door with all your kids, let alone having them dressed, right? So the same with your business, you guys. There's going to be days where you are feeling like you've just got it all together and you just rocked your business day. And then the next day, you don't even know where to begin. So in motherhood, here's another analogy I thought of. In motherhood, there are so many different techniques and parenting styles, right? And there's always people available to give you their opinion, to give you their advice, to recommend a book. But the basics are to feed, love, bathe, and clothe them. This is a great analogy because he's helping me out with this tonight. And the same is true in Plexus, you guys. There's so many different styles to work your business, but the basics are all the same. You know, the way someone else works their business might not look exactly like my approach, but we're basically doing the same thing. We're reaching out to people, we're following up, we're growing ourselves, and we're growing our networks. Our technique might not be the same, our verbiage might not be the same, our even the hours we work our business aren't going to be the same, but essentially we're doing the same things, but we're trusting our own style. And that's the same with motherhood, you guys. Like, you can get all the advice you want from all the books you want, but there comes a point in your motherhood journey, you just have to trust your instincts and trust the process. Because what's working for your best friend with her kiddo isn't going to work for you with your kiddo. And if it happens to work with your kiddo, God's going to give you another child that same thing is not going to work with. And if anyone can attest to that, all 4 of my kids are different. And I'm like, okay. So it keeps you humble, but it keeps you growing. And that's how it is with your business, you guys. What worked for you last week, the basics are still the same, but you need to be evolving. You need to be growing, but at the same time, trust yourself. Trust your instincts. If it feels weird to send a certain type of message, but it's working for your best friend in her business, don't beat yourself up that it's not your style. You know, if your best friend does a giveaway and she has 500 people comment and you put a giveaway out there and it's crickets, you know, don't think, oh, well, my business isn't where her business is. No, it's just different. You know, everyone has a different approach to work their business. So, okay, well, I'm not even following my notes now. In motherhood, there will be days when you feel like a failure. And do you guys ever have those days, like you feel like a failure as a mom, and then your child just looks at you and is like, I love you, mommy. Like that literally just happened an hour ago. Like I wasn't feeling like a super failure today, but just like, it wasn't my best day. And Eli just looked at me out of nowhere. He's like, I love you, mommy. And it's just like those little winks that you need to know, okay, I didn't do my best today, but it still mattered. It still counted. I'm trusting the process. And the same is true with Plexus, you guys. There are going to be moments when you feel like your business isn't moving as fast as you want it to, or, you know, you got an objection message from somebody that was ready to sign up. And then out of nowhere, you know, somebody out of the blue is like, okay, I'm ready. Where's your website? Has anyone ever had that happen where you're just like, whoa, that came out of nowhere. Wasn't expecting that. So trust the process, you guys, and master the mundane. I know that doesn't sound very fun, but we have to master the mundane of our businesses and in our lives and in our motherhood. It's all about mastering the mundane and just keep moving forward. But those mundane days, those hard days, the great days, ultimately all of it leads to a lifetime of growing your children into successful adults day in and day out. the good, the bad, the ugly. It all adds up to just growing your kiddos into successful adults. That's what we're on this journey of motherhood to do, is grow them into successful adults, hopefully. And the same is true with Plexus, you guys. Those mundane days, those awesome days, those challenging days, they're ultimately leading you to a successful business. They're all adding up to grow you into the entrepreneur that you are becoming to have a successful business. So trust the process and master the mundane. On your motherhood journey, it takes a village, right? I don't know if I could have been a stay-at-home mom pre-Facebook days. Like, Facebook keeps me sane. It makes me feel like I'm not like losing it all the time. I feel like I have people to communicate with. So it takes a village, and the same is true with our businesses. We can't do this alone. You know, we're not, that's why I love Monday nights and just seeing you guys and knowing we're all in this together. And you guys, on your motherhood journey, you must find outlets to encourage you and to help give you that perspective that you need on those challenging days. So I was just thinking of some things that a lot of people need as outlets while you have young kids or whatever. Friends, you know, we all need those friends that, I have a couple friends, and then my sisters are included in this as well, where I can just literally pick up the phone and be like, okay, like, here's what's going on with my kid, you know, like, talk me off the ledge, help me get some perspective. And those people know me, they know my journey, and they can help me with whatever I'm going through, or just laugh about it with me, right? Because the storm will pass eventually. Other things that help us on our motherhood journey: grace. Not only like the Lord's grace, but you have to give yourself grace. You have to just cover your whole journey in grace. You have to give your kids grace. But more importantly, I think we have to give ourselves grace. And you have to be okay taking those times to fill your cup. I know we've talked a lot about that lately, but just filling your cup. You cannot pour from an empty cup. And a lot of times as moms with little kids, we are constantly pouring. Like, there's no one else to be pouring into them while they're home with us all day. But you have to make sure that you're filling up your cup so you have something to give. And here's another one. If you feel like you're having an awful day as a mom, stay off social media. Stay off Facebook. You guys, Facebook is a highlight reel. That's for the moms, when the moms that are having rockstar days are posting on Facebook on those days. You guys might notice there are days where I don't post a lot, and it's probably because I'm covered in poop. Like, not my own poop, thank God, but I'm literally changing diapers out the wazoo that I don't have time to post anything presidential that Eli said. So, you know, if you're having a hard motherhood day, stay off Facebook, stay off social media. It's okay to just close it and not be present on social media that day. The same is true with Plexus, you guys. We must have tools in place to help us keep our perspective on this journey. We have to have those friends, those accountability partners, those power partners, those running buddies, those people that we know see the long-term vision for what this is going to do for our lives, for our families, for our, you know, futures, our legacies. So when we have that hard Plexus day and somebody just said no to us and it just devastated us, we need those people that can be like, it's okay, keep going. You know, it's just not their time. It's okay. Send another message. Okay, follow up. You know, you have to have those people on this journey. With your Plexus business, you have to give yourself grace. You have to give this business grace. You have to give your team grace. You know, you just have to like be pouring it out because it's not perfect. It's not going to be perfect. And you have to find ways to fill your cup. You cannot do this business without pouring into yourself. This whole business is about personal growth and development. You're going to grow as a person on this journey, and you have to find ways to fill your cup because this is a relationship business. And if you're not filling your cup, you are going to be so annoyed when somebody reaches out to you. And what they said to you isn't even like annoying, but you're just annoyed because somebody needs something from you because you didn't fill your cup. And on this journey, it's okay if you're having a hard, challenging Plexus day to stay off social media. You know, if you feel like everyone else is rocking and rolling with their business, everyone else is promoting, everyone else is up 500 points and you're down 2 points, You know, it's okay to stay off of social media until you've filled your cup, until you've gotten your perspective back. It's okay to do those things. So there are so many times that I feel unequipped as a mom and as a business owner. You guys, I have been doing Plexus 3.5 years, and I've been doing motherhood 5.5 years, and I have not arrived in either. You know, I feel so unequipped I wouldn't say most days, but probably half the time. Half the time I have a good day and then I have a bad day. Does anyone else have motherhood days like that? Like literally you have an awesome day and then the next day is the hardest day ever. Like I think God does that to keep us humble. But so you guys, there's so many times I feel unequipped in both journeys. But on those days, I must remember that my kids aren't asking me to be perfect. Our kids don't need us to be perfect. They don't even expect us to be perfect. They're only asking us to be present, right? They're not asking us to be perfect. They want us to be present. Even as hot mess express as we are, they want us to be present. And the same is true with your Plexus business, you guys. You are not supposed to be perfect on this journey. You don't have to be the perfect ambassador. You don't have to have the perfect post. You don't have to have the perfect story. You just have to be present. You just have to be present. You have to be yourself. You have to show up. You have to be authentic. You have to be vulnerable, but you just have to be present. So trust the process, you guys. Master the mundane and enjoy the journey. Hot mess express and all, because ultimately, you know, that's what this is all about, motherhood and Plexus. So, all right, that's all I had for that.